All right. Okay, which one do you want to start with? Sort of.
Either one, dealer's
Either one.
choice.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
which one is earlier. Do you remember like rough
I'd
timeline?
probably say the one in your left hand, the castle.
The castle,
Yeah,
yeah.
that one was earlier.
Okay, let's start with this one then. Okay. Just sort of, I don't know. I mean, they are sketchbook drawings, so maybe you don't like fully remember the whole story around them. But if you have any rough memories about them, just
Well, a lot of like the sketching that I do right now is like I'll do it in the subway usually. Like that's usually where like I find that it's like the easiest for me to draw for some reason right now. And so I can't remember exactly for this drawing, but like it probably was done in the subway where like I was just like drawing. I usually like just kind of just start drawing whatever, like just drawing shapes that I like and just keep going and just like letting like not like I'm like letting like the subway like draw it or whatever, like it's not like that loose, but I just like kind of go like kind of free form for a little bit until I think of something, and usually it could be like a castle. And then I'm like I really like drawing castles for some reason for the past couple of years, so
because yeah, I
I'll
saw
usually
the
like
other
just
one.
default to that. Yeah.
I think the other one was that I was considering was that one with sort of like a anthropomorphic kind of castle with like or like part robot, part some like guts in it or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I just like I like drawing squares and rectangles, like things that are like really like kind of simple at the time, or like things that I think look good with like how I'm drawing it. And then I'll just like kind of build on it from there, you know. And it's not like I usually don't have any type of idea of like what the drawing is going to look like at the end. Like I'll just like keep going and going and going until like I've either like killed the drawing or like I'm like, oh, I like this, and I just like move on to like a new page or whatever.
But do you sketch sort of with I don't know, with something in mind of like turning it into something, or is it okay if it just lives as a sketch sort of? Doesn't turn into an animation or any
Oh
project.
yeah, for sure. I mean, it all just depends, you know. Like sometimes I'm drawing in like for a film, or like these are going to be characters or backgrounds or settings like for a film for sure. And like something that I'm going to work on soon is going to have castles in it. So I usually would just like go back in my own sketchbooks and just like kind of like cut out or just like I'll just put it all in like one file in one place, you know? So it's like, oh, these are all the good ideas that I had previously, but it's usually pretty loose. It's usually just like they're just acting as sketches, at least for those two that I sent you.
Yeah.
Those weren't like I think they just like kind of came out of just kind of drawing freely and stuff.
No, because I saw you like what you mentioned, where you then collect them up for some projects. I think I saw on your Tumblr there were some scans of sort of some just some posts with just scans of certain drawings. I mean, do you usually kind of scan all of them, or do you just select some that will work?
It's definitely some. I'm definitely not scanning. There's like a lot of really like kind of there's a lot of drawings that I don't scan, or just it would take too long, or I don't think they're very good, or you know. Usually it's because like I don't think they're very good, or I don't think that they would like apply to like what like I'm posting, or like or like if I'm like looking for characters for a film, like I'll like decide like, oh, I don't want this one, or like I know that I don't want to animate that, or I don't want to do that or whatever. So I'll just like leave it in the sketchbook.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's like I don't really like cutting them out, you know. I'm not like enjoying the process of like taking it out of the sketchbook because I like it all in one place, but my memory is like so bad that like for this new film that I'm working on, it's like I just want to be able to just immediately be able to find the sketches that like apply to the film, because I've been doing sketches for this film for like since Vice, so like 3 years ago. So it's like and not because like I've been working on it like it's just that like I thought of an idea for it and I drew a bunch of stuff, and then I was like, oh, I'm not ready to make this yet, and then I did another film in the interim, and now I'm back to it. And so like when I'm trying to like go back and find those drawings, it was just easier for me at that point to like cut them out and stuff. And I didn't post them all because I feel very guarded about like some of my sketches. Like it's like, and this is stupid, but it's like the reveal is always really important to me, you know, like when you post something, like a final animation or a final project or something, like not that people are like keeping track of what it is, but to me it feels like a bigger deal when something like kind of comes out of nowhere, and then I'll like post like stuff from it. But that just like makes it fun for me, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, so you do sort of a reverse work in project kind of.
Yeah, I guess it's also because like I've definitely like shown stuff like when I was at RISD and I was working on films closer with people like around me all the time. Like I would make a ton of stuff, and then I would just end up like not using it or throwing it out or whatever, just because it didn't work, or like the artwork is fine, but I just had to cut it or for whatever reason. And then I just like kind of like didn't like explaining like why I had to cut it like a bunch of times. Like it'd be like, oh, why'd you cut out this part? I like this drawing or whatever. And then eventually it was just like, well, I'm not going to show you anything. So then like, so it like doesn't like taint your idea of like the film or whatever. Like that isn't like a thought in the back of your head of like, oh, this changed, or why is this gone?
Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. Yeah. With these, so with the castle, would you say you've done it in the past like 3 years? I'm just
yeah. Those are probably in the past past year. Yeah. Maybe the one with the screens is probably easier to find out when I did it, just because I uploaded that one on Tumblr, because I really like that drawing.
I saw it on there.
Yeah, that was probably like kind of 1-to-1 on, because normally I don't draw on lined paper, but I just had, that was like all I had at the moment. So yeah.
So with this one, I mean, it's sort of, you know, it's obviously not, I guess it's not a castle as much. I mean, it's still sort of
it's still like building out.
Building,
it's like,
a collection
it's
of
the
things.
same. Yeah, it's being built in the same process of just like, you know, I'm not like thinking like, oh, I'm gonna make this drawing about this. Like I probably just started with this. I remember this. Yeah, it's like I started out drawing the screen, like the TV screens, because I've been like trying to like build my own TVs and stuff. So I'll like draw a lot of squares and stuff like that, and then it just like kind of just blew up from there. And yeah, just like drawing a lot of mechanical guts is fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like the drawing of the person pulling the lever. That's like my favorite part of the drawing.
Oh, you mean this one over there? Yeah. No, that's really funny. No, that's always interesting to know sort of where these begin, especially when it's sort of a like a more complex drawing, and where it like grows out.
It's like, it's a pretty like organic process, I guess. It's like I just allow it just to keep going, and that sounds like artier than it is. It's literally just like I'm in the subway and I'm just like drawing squares and squares and like I like default to certain things, which I don't think is a bad thing, but like I'll be like, oh, I'm drawing a square. Like this can be a TV if I don't know what it is, or like this could be like a bunch of bricks, or this could be like a person like on the screen or something. Like I won't think about it for super hard because I'll just be like just constantly drawing. Yeah, that one was definitely done in the subway.
With sort of, I'm gonna address the back of it.
Oh yeah, and then there's another similar idea where it's like I don't think they were done very close to each other. Wait, is this the back of the which drawing? Okay, yeah. It's probably like I'm like trying to like I can wait 1 second. I'll bring it in here.
Sure. Oh wow!
Wait, I don't have my headphones on.
This is so.
So I'm like building my own TVs.
Cool. Yeah,
so this is
really
like
cool.
an LCD screen. Wow, it's so morphed out and so that's probably where I was like working from for that. Was I'm like trying to make as many of these things as possible.
What do you use them for? Kind of. Do you just
I can plug it in. And then so basically I basically just like want to have my own TVs that just play my animations, you know, and have like kind of weirder or odder setups. It's gonna look really weird on this thing, but
I could see. I mean, if I
it needs to like it gets like 30 seconds to start out.
Oh, okay.
So like I mean that just seems like really fun to me. Like like I like making my own sculptures and stuff just on my own. So
I think
when I like learned about Raspberry Pi.
I've seen those rotating ones you've posted.
The rotating ones.
Like on Tumblr, like a sort of like 3D scans.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there it is. Oh, I can hear the sound. Yeah.
Yeah, it's two dudes driving.
Yeah, that's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was just like scratch audio or just random audio.
But yeah, you were saying about the Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, it was just like I saw like a bunch of people just like use them as like monitors and stuff for computers, and it was like I'm way too stupid to like program these things. So it's like the work has already like been done. Like I can just like kind of copy and find and like Google like how to show videos like looping and stuff like that. So that was like pretty simple, but yeah, it's been really fun. So that's probably why I've been drawing like a lot of screens because of that. Like that's like been exciting to me. So I'm always trying to like think of like different ways to do it. That one was probably just like it got ahead of itself. I definitely don't have like 7 screens for anything, but yeah.
No, that's did you exhibit those sculptures with the screens?
I've exhibited nothing in my life. No, I mean like I've shown some of my films have like played in bars and stuff like that, but like I mean this is a whole other thing. This is like animation territory, but like I haven't really got into like a lot of festivals in general. Like not that like I deserve to be in a festival or anything like that, but it was just like the sculpture stuff was like kind of like okay, like maybe my stuff isn't a good fit for festivals and stuff, and maybe like I see people like play animations in galleries and stuff like that, but
yeah,
it's always like kind of weird, and it doesn't mean that it's like wrong or it's a bad thing, but it's always kind of weird where it's like you can kind of walk in and walk out whenever you want, and it's like it's not like the theater process of like it's in the dark and you can control these things, or like why is it sitting in a CRT, or why is it on like an old TV in this room or whatever, you don't know. But so I was like, the sculpture TV was like, oh, like I would want to show them, like that makes sense to me, to like for it to exist in a gallery, like if there was like like a sculptural object that you could like watch the animation on. But I'm only kind of like this like took a couple months to make, just like by myself, and so I've like applied to like a grant to like just like get some more funding, or just like to get some money, not funding, to get money for like materials and stuff like that to make more. But I have no idea about like the process of getting stuff in galleries really, besides like friends of friends sort of thing.
Yeah, no, I was just curious because I think I've seen on your website there was something last year you've shown. There was that Pompidou one.
Oh yeah, that was like a really like, so going back to Tumblr, there was like so this was like when I was in a sophomore year at RISD, like this person messaged me in like the fan mail section of Tumblr, like like a really weird, where I didn't see it, and like they were like, oh, I'm blah 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 from the Centré Pompidou or whatever, and do you want to animate this thing for free? And I was like, it was like, we're doing this series and you want to do it? And then I was like, what's this? I don't know what this is. Like, this is like, I was like, whatever. And then like, I just never answered. And then like a year later, I was telling my friend about it. And she was like, you idiot. Like, you should have done that. Like, that was like a big deal. And then I was like, oh. And I found like some email that she sent me, like, it's basically, it's not, I don't even think it, because this happened during COVID, so there's no way that it happened in the museum proper. It was it's like kind of this online thing. They took like 2 of my films and posted it to like their YouTube and their own website for like it's like to teach like French kids about experimental animators.
Oh, okay.
And then like I looked up a bunch of the animators that were also being shown alongside or whatever, and they put that they were being shown at the Centré Pompidou. So I'm like, okay, well then I feel like I can do it too.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like with a caveat, like a big asterisk, like it's on their YouTube site with like 100 views, you know.
No, but it's still, you know, I'm just saying to the like, I think you list some, you've shown some stuff at some places. Yeah. But
for sure.
With with those sculptures, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, right now I'm just making things, and I'm like trying to, like, it's just like a satisfying process to like work in clay and stuff like that. Like, I've always liked that aspect of it, and I just want to be better at it, you know. And
are they full clay or papier mache or something?
So it's like it's like that one is just like a bunch of cardboard box. It's like a cardboard box that I took from my friend, and then paper pulp, which is basically paper mache. But it's like you can like kind of sand it. You can like really sand it, and it gets like pretty dense. There's a bunch of people at RISD that used it, and it's like, actually I don't really know how much cheaper it is to use it versus like other sculpture materials, but it seemed cheaper than to like build something out in something else. So
But yeah, because I just noticed it's like quite light, I think.
Yeah, it's super light. Yeah. Yeah.
But with clay stuff, do you sort of do the like prep work for it in clay?
So for this one, for the car one, I actually have this. I made
Oh,
like a
yeah.
small like
Little modal kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I ended up like not. I mean, this is basically it. This is basically the shape.
Mm-hmm.
I did some drawings of it, which I don't want to look for it.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's too spaced out. But but yeah, for that stuff, it was like I really don't know what I'm doing, you know. And so like like some people that are like sculpture people that I'm friends with are like, why are you doing it like this? Or like,
oh,
it's like, oh, this is like, there's like, you should not have done it like this, or like, why are you spraying it with this much stuff? And I was like, it's because I don't know, you know, like I'm just like coating it like super close by. And but yeah, right now I'm like using wait, let me go. I can bring this laptop with me. The last thing that I did with sculpture stuff that I liked was this thing that I did for the Children's Museum. Just a cool job. Oh wait, another castle.
oh wow. That's yeah.
Thanks.
The fangs.
Yeah.
Oh yes, is it the one your most recent video? Yeah.
Yeah. So this is also this isn't paper pulp. This is all like that air clay, like the Model Magic clay. And then just like a bunch of Sculpey and stuff. And then I just like spray painted it a ton, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like really thick.
Yeah, and really like shiny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. This kind of spinning.
Yeah, that was fun. But that was like, I was forcing myself to like do more sculpture stuff because I was like, I want to do things where it incorporates into my animations, you know? So trying to like figure out ways to, you saw my Tumblr, like 3D scan stuff with my phone with a free app, which is cool. Or just take that one for that shot. I just took photos of it on that Lazy Susan thing that can make it turn. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that's really, I mean, it's sort of interesting to me to see, you know, these sort of animation, well, you know, that whole aspect of experimental animation where it's goes beyond just making frames and, you know, just drawing individual, like, I think I've, have you seen, what's his name? Peter Millard.
Yeah.
His work, and
dope animator.
Yeah, he did these like tons of these sort of plasticine figures, and they are all, and I think they all sort of mold into each other.
Sculpty stuff. Yeah, or he did clay stuff.
Yeah,
that was cool. Yeah, and that's like the same like language. Like it's like still you can tell that it's like Peter's film. It's like it's super dope. Yeah, and yeah, his stuff is like super inspirational for sure.
Yeah. No, it's always interesting to see the sort of the physical aspects of, yeah, because animation, you know, ends up being this digital product that you just post somewhere on Vimeo.
Yeah, that's like the weird thing. I mean, that's like, I mean, the sculpture stuff is like kind of, the TV sculpture stuff, I think it like kind of fits a lot of, or like it checks a lot of boxes with me because it's like, oh, it can like exist as its own thing, like separately from like Vimeo or YouTube or whatever, just because it's like, no, this is it, you know, this is the thing that it can play it on, and it's only for this, you know. And that's like, that's fun for me because, you know, it is weird. It is weird how it's like, I don't know how to do it any way else, you know, like besides just uploading stuff. And I like just uploading my films for free or whatever, like just for people to watch or don't watch. But like a certain point I was like, yeah, but like how do I like sustain myself, you know, like over time? Like it's and the answer seems to be like you have to get another job, and that's fine, you know, like, and it's like you do it on top of your other work. Yeah. Other people have figured it out, but
well, yeah, you have like routes. Yeah, you either find another job, or you like do some kind of editorial stuff and that sort of thing, where, you know, that's always something that sort of I feel weird about, you know, like some artists, illustrators I like, who just do maybe end up doing just editorial work, and you sort of,
well, you know, it's a hard business, you know, like it's like, I was just thinking about this today too, where it's like, you know, if more people were able just to like pursue, like the main reason why I'm able to like kind of pursue like my own stuff right now, like I was working on my film, my not the Children's Museum one, but my own personal film, like a Thumb, which is like it was like a
I
snail
saw
film.
it.
And I was only able to do that because I was working at Vice at the same time, but I live at home, like I live in, it's like my parents' place, so like I don't have to worry about like rent and stuff. I mean, I have to worry about other expenses like student loans and stuff, but the stress of it was a lot less. And so, you know, like as soon as, and then when I quit, I was like, oh, well, now I have a lot more time on my hands. I can like actually finish up the film, and it didn't go so easily, but you know, like it's hard to find the time. Like you find yourself like really exhausted, and I get why people kind of just like that can take all your energy just to like make the editorial stuff, and there might not be energy left over for like personal growth, personal development, or maybe you do it in the editorial pieces, I don't know, but like I mean, David always draws on by himself, he always draws other things besides his editorial pieces, which I like. I think is really good, you know, like it's just, I don't know, like I think if people were afforded more time and money to like actually pursue their own stuff, there would maybe be less people doing editorial stuff and more people doing their own animation things. Or own illustration stuff, which I think would be a good thing, you know.
I just found sort of, you know, when people just end up sticking more to the own stuff, like I've seen sort of some artists who just, it ends up being such a kind of, they have to hustle all the time with, like, you know, releasing new work for sale or something, like posters or prints or some kind of books, zines, or, and they have to, you know, they like you, with some of them, you like look on their Instagrams and it's like every day they're trying to sell something because their survival kind of depends on it. And it's sort of, it's just something I discussed with like Hiller, because his like day job is at the library, and he said that it like allowed him more freedom just to do his own work and to like select the project that because he doesn't like depend financially fully on his illustration work. No,
I mean, that's something that is like on the forefront, you know, like I've been doing, so I left Vice and I was like, I don't really like, I just wanted to finish my film, and then that's what I spent my time doing, like, and then I had to kind of look for work again. And I've been like kind of just doing it really slowly. like I don't like working on other people's things. Like the Children's Museum thing was fun because I was able to decide everything. It was a short amount of time. That's like one thing I'll say about it. But it was really a short amount of time. And but that was like a trade-off I was willing to take. But for like freelance things, you know, I'm always just like so miserable. Like I'm like so miserable doing it. Like, and it's not like I'm not getting jobs where it's like, oh, we want, you know, I'm just using him as an example because he just brought up like Hiller. It's like, oh, we want something that looks like Hiller did it, you know, because like he's like a popular enough guy where I think people like kind of can recognize his stuff.
Yeah.
But like I'm just doing like kind of grunt animation work, like just like compositing and stuff like that. So it's like I can see why you wouldn't want to work in your own field, you know. It like kind of leaves you with like no energy to like work on your own stuff afterward. Like when I was working on my snail film, it was like a lot of it was done in pencil just because my eyes were just hurting so much after like working on a computer all day. That like and I use the computer a ton, like I'm like a screen person, but like going to studio or going back home and like looking at my laptop to like animate more, I was like, I actually have a headache, you know, like I actually physically can't keep going on this. And that was part of the reason why I quit, but there's like a lot of reasons, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if I found like the perfect example of someone that's like really like kind of made it or just like can exist on their own things, you know, like that's really hard.
No, it is.
You have to sacrifice things, you know. It's like it's not a perfect world, so you know you have to like. Yeah, I've done some like really crappy animation jobs, like really crappy video stuff, you know, like you just have to do it.
No, it's just it's interesting to just see also for me, you know, how different illustrators are doing their, I don't know, business or whatever, or if there are ways to like for people who like their work to support them or sort of.
Do you find that most illustrators are like happy though, like doing that hustle? Like that's like something that they like.
No, I haven't seen many of them happy.
Yeah, that's like, you know, it's like we do it just because it's like the trail that's like been like made before us, you know, like we can see illustrators that like do that and do it successfully, and but it's still hard, you know, it's like still a ton of work. And like I make shirts with my friend Michael, and like it's really hard to like think of things that like we've made stuff and I like what we've made before and stuff like that, but sometimes you're like really exhausted and you can't even like think of anything good, and it's like I don't want to sell anything that I don't think like looks like okay, you know, so like a shirt that like looks bad or anything like that. So I mean, so my point being that like we all have to like find our like kind of niches about like what things that we actually like to like if you choose business or like selling things as like a small business, I think there has to be like, for me there has to be some sort of enjoyment in like making it, you know, because like otherwise I'm just like I work so slowly on it. But and I hate going to those scene things. Like I love I've bought like a ton of shit over the years, but like the process of like going into like the zine thing. And like it's like I find that like super being on both ends of it. Like I've like waiting for someone to stop by and like make eye contact with you so then you can like sell them something, and then they don't buy anything.
Conventions, sort of.
It's like it's really weird, and it's like it just makes me uncomfortable just like as a socially weird person sometimes. But like I like selling it online. That I think that's my point.
No, because it becomes like, you know, I mean, they're called markets for a reason, but you are literally like in a, you know, like a food market sort of like, hey, I have the best oranges here. Like,
I have the shortest zine for $12 you can buy.
No, it's just bring up this one. I got this Julian Glander's sculpture
Oh, that's cool.
From I mean, he doesn't really, he does mostly like editorial work for some
I have a
his own
sticker
films
somewhere.
or yeah, but it was like one of the only objects I could
Yeah, I've never
kind of.
seen his 3D, his like sculptural stuff. It's
Yeah,
funny. I like
and
it.
it's like made out of foam.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I think it's like construction foam base, and then foam kind of spread around on top. And these are like, I think like ping pong balls. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it didn't age quite well because the materials were quite like the marker was like a
I
door
think about that
store.
too. I mean, that's just like illustrators, and animators. Like I'm including myself in this this category. Is just like if you're not like trained in like the materials, whatever, it's like you don't know, right? So it's like my shit is just gonna like rot in like a couple years. I know for a fact. Like there's just like a bunch of things that you just don't know. But that makes it fun, That makes it's like you have it, that's cool. You should 3D scan it though, then you can have it forever. Yeah.
No,
that's an easy one to 3D scan.
No, that's very true. I mean, I probably should have made some kind of box around it or something, but still,
but whatever,
Like I don't have, like archival facilities.
Just spray it and fixative. Just just spray a ton of fixative on it. Yeah. I mean, that's like, we just have to get, I don't know. It's cool that he's making stuff. I think that's really cool that he's been like doing other stuff like that. That's like,
I mean, this one was made like, I think 5 years ago or something.
Wow.
And I haven't seen anything.
So you've been collecting stuff for a while.
Well, this is like, that one is the very first one I bought. And I didn't buy anything for like 3 or 4 years. And like last year, I think I was living with my boyfriend's family. And so managed to like save up money. So I decided to like start buying stuff because I sort of wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But before just didn't have the money to do it. And then,
I probably bought the most art stuff when I had a job, like when I was at Vice and I was like getting income.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I felt like better equipped to, spend stuff. Yeah. Alvin Faye, I have one of his drawings. He hasn't posted in a while, but I'll get it. I love how you put it in this binder thing.
Oh yeah, that's really nice. Yeah.
From Kaiba, that anime. Yeah. I
always like those kind of the color tests in at the border.
Color tests.
It has like little drops of.
Oh yeah.
Of paint and stuff. Yeah. No, I just saw. I think. You know, Ingo.
Yeah. Ingo and I are super tight.
Yeah. I have like some of his drawings have the same sort of like different types of blue or something trying out. Those are always just fun to see the sort of the color swatch on the page with the drawing.
I mean, Ingo, she's awesome. She's like, super super talented. I don't know if I have anything here somewhere though. I have like the mini version of your collection.
Oh yeah. No, I'm like really impressed by the wall. The wall is really cool, I think. Oh yeah, that's the
someone
copy.
Gave these to me for free. Yeah.
The copy. That was from his book, I think.
Yeah, I think it was my friend Jennifer.
Oh yeah.
She like went to like a lecture or something by him, and then he gave a bunch of shit out. So she gave me a lot of them.
Yeah.
Because Jennifer knows, old Tumblr heads know,
Yeah.
Julian's been around for a while.
Yeah. No, that's sort of, him and Hiller, those were like the first two people I found on Tumblr, I think. And
yeah, I mean their stuff is like maintained,
And
they've maintained.
Adam J. Quartz, I think. Yeah.
I don't remember that. Is that someone who is friends with Jennifer? Actually, that sounds kind of familiar.
He does those like very textual work, sort of. He publishes this like yearly planner thing. I don't know.
I've been off my game, definitely. I was like, I used to be like really, I could like pull any name, like any single person that I followed on Tumblr, like I would be able like to immediately remember that. But now it's like, it's completely shot. Like after Instagram and it was like kind of a great moment for sure. I mean, I still maintain my Tumblr just because like it's just easier to upload shit there than it is on like I can't upload GIFs onto Instagram or whatever.
Oh no, that's like a nightmare. The sort of where it destroys the quality. All of that.
Yeah, they're brutal on that. Same with Twitter. Twitter is.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Twitter. I mean, I'm sure that there are people that know how to interact with like how to like properly size stuff, but whenever like I post something or like as soon as like I'm about to post something, it's like cropped it in like 10 different ways and like compressed it and made it look terrible. And I was like, well, fuck this website.
Yeah.
Tumblr is like the only one where I can upload enormous GIFs. So.
Oh yeah. No, I think I remember they literally had like a team just focused on like making those like the gallery work properly so that you get like proper, yeah like scaling and so that
for Tumblr. I mean, I guess
Tumblr.
if you need to have that, then it's good that they did that, yeah, that's funny. I used to see David Karp, the guy who made Tumblr, like walk around Williamsburg when I was working at Vice, and it was after he had sold it for like billions of dollars.
Oh, to Yahoo,
and then it was right before it got like sold to WordPress or whatever for like 2 million or something. Like it was like it got sold for like 4 billion and then like sold. I was like, damn, this guy got off so good. It's like this guy he cashed out.
That was a good time, kind of that moment. I think.
A lot of great artists and stuff. A lot of great, it was like all one big like kind of collection of it, of stuff. Like a lot of like French animators.
Oh yeah.
A lot of like printmaking people, like the zine stuff, but also like comics people were into it, and illustration people also were super into it. So yeah. And then they blew it. Somehow they blew it. I don't know how they did it, but they did.
With Instagram, it's really sad how you have to sort of train the algorithm and all of that crap. Just
when it stopped being chronological, like it really actually kind of killed me, because like I hate that you don't really get to decide what you get shown, like it's just like, because I click on random horrible things all the time. Like if I get like an ad for like a terrible product or like a weird, like some person just like spending ad money for like no reason, like I'll click and like look on their thing just to like see, and it really fucks up your algorithm. Like I've been getting like ads for like this thing called like Boudreaux's butt paste for like years now. It's like a diaper rash paste. I've been getting it for like years, and it's like I've never bought anything, but I looked at it once because I was like, why is this thing like why is this an ad? And I like laughed at it and like was sending it to friends, but like I was training it to like, oh, he really likes butt paste.
No, that's always, I have to sometimes like go through like the discover tab and like press I'm not interested to like.
Oh, that's just like a mess for me now. It's just like animal videos. Like it's just like which I enjoy, but it's like it's not art anymore. It's like I don't even know how you would discover anything on it. But yeah, there used to be like a way that you could like, I think it's just like really hidden in the settings now, but you can see what tags they have you under. And I remember reading it and I was like, it's like way too long. It's like it should be like 4 things, you know. It's like I like seeing illustrators, animators, like animals, and I don't know, my friends.
Exactly.
My fucking friends who I can't see their posts, you know.
Yeah. No, that's really. I think you are like almost every conversation I have, you know, like this, it ends up in this territory of like Instagram algorithm.
Like it's because it's all we have right now. It really is like you know, it's interesting. Like I'll post like the same thing on like my Twitter and my Tumblr. Like it's my art, so you know, like it's not like I have like 3 different things to send. So but sometimes, you know, I do like make a decision, or not that it's like, it's usually just like because I want to test it out and see, but like if I put my videos on Tumblr versus Instagram or Twitter, Instagram, like people will actually like fucking watch the video, like just because it's auto playing, and that's literally it. That's literally the only thing that people need, is that like it can auto play and stuff like that,
and it loops afterwards.
Yes. Yeah. But and Tumblr also has like an auto thing, but it isn't quite as good, or it does, like people don't interact with it in the same way. Like GIFs do way better on Tumblr, and like some of my images do way better on Twitter than they have ever done on Tumblr or whatever. And you know, it's like it's interesting a little bit, but you know, it's like it's what we have to, you have to like find your people, I guess, or like where people are like actually interested in your stuff. It's weird. Someone's been like queuing my posts on Tumblr. Like they've gone through every single post I've like ever done ever, and like just used it to like it. I mean, it's fine, it's like what Tumblr does, but like they like have queued it, so they do like one of my posts a day. Like, and they've been doing it for like half a year now, because I've had it for so long that they can like space it out. But like with each time that it gets reblogged, like I can see which one people are like more into or like less into and stuff like that. Like this one has more likes or reblogs than that one. And it's funny, it's like you can see what people like on Tumblr and Instagram like pretty easily, you know. I like, it's been like half a year of this guy doing this, so like I kind of want to like, I'm like at this point like he should be like messaging me and saying like, hey, thanks for like, you know, filling out my queue. You know,
I mean, I mean, that's strange if they are. I mean, because you usually, you know, you have like you can have like your own Tumblr and then like your inspiration one.
Yeah, and I have that too. I love my inspiration blog, you know. It's like the one thing that I'm like proud of, like that I've like continued for like years, you know. It's like I'm not even gonna look back at like all the things that I've posted on at this point, but you know, I know they're good.
No, like the quality, like to assemble like a good quality dashboard where you get like consistently good stuff. I mean, that's good.
I've had like someone like say like whenever they start a project, they'll sometimes check in on my archive, my inspiration stuff, just because it's like it's just been like that for like so many years, you know, that it's just like they can just always go to it and stuff, which is pretty cool. Only one person has ever said that. But that made it worth it to me. I was I was like, you know, it's hard. Like I'm trying to like be better about like tagging things so I can kind of separate it into like this is stuff that is for this project or this project, or whatever, but
Mm.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Let's see. Oh, what time is it? In an hour. I mean, with the drawings, I think I got the stuff.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm just. It's like 9 p.m. here. I'm probably gonna run away soon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah. But sort of the purpose of these things, I want to maybe continue. If you have any project that comes out or something, we can do like a chat like that about that or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, I have some things. Yeah. So I'll just message you.
Yeah.
I'll just text you stuff that that I'm working on.
Yeah. No, that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing an exhibition in the spare bathroom that I have.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So should be in June or something like that.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe I'll be reusing that space for something and to sort of show stuff in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll message you for in the future. But
message me whenever.
Yeah. Because I don't know, I'm making these weird like frames.
I like that.
I'll be showing it then. But yeah, no, I'm just thinking with like what you showed. I know it will be quite difficult to show like that car thing or something like that.
Oh yeah. That would be hard. But,
but I would be interested in showing something like that in the space. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can show you my smaller one, but it's not done yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, that was neat.
Oh, what's that one?
So
that's gonna. Oh yeah.
So the screen.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's like
really nice.
It's like it's supposed to be like kind of like a Game Boy.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen those there's like this? It's like kind of like a childhood thing where it's like there used to be like this thing called like the Nintendo Center in New York.
Oh,
I think it's called the Pokemon Center now. It's like a tourist thing.
Yeah.
But they had like a Game Boy there that had been like affected by radiation or something.
Oh.
And it was still working and stuff like that. And that was just like always stuck in my head. So when I was building this out, I was like, ooh, it's kind of like a
irradiated.
Yeah, like I definitely want to go off that for like the animation and stuff. So
that's nice. I like the translucency of the whole thing.
Thanks. Also very toxic resin.
Yeah. No, it's because like the Game Boys from that era, they had those translucent ones, I think, for the color and
that's exactly why I did it.
Yeah. Those were really nice.
Yeah. I want to show you my David drawings before you go.
Okay.
I have one more. Oh no, I have a bunch here. This one.
Yeah, that's funny.
I like girls with big jugs.
Big jugs. He's the erotic Instagram.
Oh, you shouldn't be saying this. That should be cut from the interview.
Yeah, that's
something that he's very private about.
Yeah, I know. That's cut.
No, his Christian family is gonna get you. Don't say that.
I know.
No, I was the one who told him that he should do that years ago.
Oh,
yeah, I was the one who said you should make like pornography comics or erotic comics and stuff, because he was just so horny, talking about shit all the time. And I was like, you need to get this out somewhere that isn't talking to me about
Get
it
out
always.
Of the system. Yeah.
I was and he's like, no, I was like, because then people will find it. I'm like, no one will know. No one will know. If you make it private, no one will know.
Yeah.
So I was really happy that he made it. I was like, it's finally time for his depravity, his total depravity.
No, that was really funny, that whole thing.
Yeah, I got a bunch of people saying who's this person following me? I'm like, I was like, it's David Unleashed.
Yeah. Because I saw he posted accidentally on his story.
Oh, really? That's hilarious.
and I responded to it, and he was like, "How did you see it?" And I was like, "Oh, it was in the story."
David. This is why he was worried about it.
And he was like, "Oh, can you check it's off? Can you please check it?"
Yeah, I mean,
that's
the
funny.
fun of it. I think the secrecy of it is definitely really funny. Yeah. Do you know this artist named King Terry?
No, I don't think so.
You would like him for sure. He's like an old Japanese illustrator.
Wait,
I think his. If you do like King Terry and then maybe like Garo Mag, Garo Mag.
Oh yeah. I mean, there were quite a few Garo Mag.
Yeah, but he was. It was like this older Japanese like comic magazine that came out like in the 70s.
Yeah,
70s,
yeah,
probably.
I found it. I see it.
He was like they always like say that, like he's always used as like a little clip of like, oh, he's the guy who invented Ugly Bad, like Heta Uma style. And
oh yeah, I see it now.
His stuff gets raunchy. It's really dope. His stuff is awesome. I think he's still alive, but I don't know if he still makes stuff.
His Teruhiko Yumura?
Yeah, Teruhiko.
Yeah. No, quite a few of those Japanese artists who worked in those magazines, they had like a side hustle of like erotica. Yeah.
I'll send you an animation that he did that I found online recently. It's really good. Yeah, it's like, and it's all like still drawings and stuff. So it's like super. I think you'll really dig it.
No, that's really nice. Okay. On this note, I'm gonna run away. Yeah. Okay, but it was nice talking to you.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you.
All right. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Okay. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.